Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. All praise be to Allah, Lord of the worlds, Master of the day of judgment. Thee do we worship, thy aid we seek. Show us the straight way, the way whom has bestowed thy favors, not upon those whose portion is wrath, not upon those who go astray. All praise be to Allah. This is Sister Aneesah from Banu, Kush, Shia Jamaat, Los Angeles, California. I'm going to read this letter to you from Sheikh Ahmed Hamza Abdullah. That was written 30 years ago, inshallah, and right now it needs to be said. In the name of Allah, the Magnificent, the Merciful, if you disclose the acts of charity, even so it is well. But if you conceal them and make them reach those really in need, that is best for you. It will remove from you some of your strain of evil, and Allah is well acquainted with what you do. Quran, Surah 2:271. I am addressing this letter to all the masjids of Los Angeles County, Orange County, and surrounding areas, and all Muslim community, and the weekly coming. I am humbly requesting sadaqah for the African American Muslim community. Having been a Muslim for over 40 years, I have watched the distribution of these funds from different Islamic centers and masjids. Sadaqah is being split or given to us, to the indigenous African American Muslims, as if crumbs were being scraped off the table of the slave master to slaves. The immigrant Muslim treat the indigenous as if we are subhuman because they don't have the tendency to endure the struggles of America. They blame us for continuously coming to them for charity. It is the sunnah of Rasulullah, Allahumma salli ala Muhammad, to give everything he had to the poor. Now Muslims use the excuse of Bosnia, Somalia, Egypt, Syria, Palestine, and other countries of hardship, where they have monetary assets to some of the wealthiest Muslim nation in the world. The Arab immigrants, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, to name a few, could offer help, but do not. Immigrant Muslims come here seeking the benefits of America. Subsequently, it is their responsibility to give charity. Not only do they receive America's monetary compensation, such as allotments in housing, breaks at financial institutions, schools of higher learning, and asylum, all of which rightfully belongs to the African here in America. But sadaqah is often used for things other than what is intended. The money that has been used to build masjid are pompous and glorified. However, these monetary funds are actually the money of the mustafin, the oppressed people. In the following sunnah of the Prophet alayhi salam, we never turn a beggar or someone in need. Now, United States, Los Angeles have been hit by diseases, disasters, riots, fires, and earthquakes, and over the past 2 decades that have left already economically deprived Muslims in even worse situations. And now, with racism against African Americans at all-time high, and the severe hatred towards Muslims here in America, our situation has become dire. Through research, immigrants, Muslims have been discovered to be a people who totally silent during the transatlantic slave trade. Many of you were participant in the neo-colonization of Africa, especially those of East India descent. South Africa bears witness to this by the Indian being classified as colored, not black. You have not tried to help relieve the yoke of oppression from around our necks. Make no mistake, I am humbly appealing to you to follow the orders of Allah and that which is displayed in the Quran. Do you treat this letter like you treat black people, with disrespect and ignorance? Once again, I'm stating humbly that which is given in charity belongs to the poor. And if you are arrogant enough that you will not take heed to my words, then may Allah deal with you in a way in which you are deserving. May He give you the reward which you make Hajj. It was not feasibility, and it was not for Allah's pleasure. We know you migrated for wealth. You have come to America not to bring Islam, but to escape the conditions in your country caused by the very system you now reside under. You treat the people who were brought here as free labor in the same way of the tyrants who occupied the power in this country treat them. Inshallah, you will take heed to Allah's book and the perfect example of His messenger, alayhi salam, and the Ahlul Bayt. That is, brethren, will you do what is right? I have already spoken to many of you. Your excuses were unsustained by intellectual masturbation that has been perfected at the learning institution within this evil society by thinking we are a people of ignorance. You are making a grave mistake. If you would look back and reflect at Muslims who bought houses from Orange County and Diamond Bar area, Allah allowed them to be victims of the Night Stalker. Why do you think catastrophic wars, blockades, and so forth are still affecting so many in Muslim community today? Do you understand because of your inaction and not inaction on such matters you are earning the hatred of the people who you constantly profess to love? They will begin to despise you, and it will increase. The further you go away from the book which Allah has revealed through His last messenger, peace be on him and his holy descendants and his righteous followers. In order to continue making a difference in the lives of the Indigenous, can we count on you? You know what's happening. This is the letter that was written over 30 years ago by Sheikh Ahmed Hamza Abdullah, who lived here in Los Angeles. He's been teaching Islam all over America, inshallah. And I'm glad and honored to know him, which I am married to him, inshallah. We are suffering, and you know that. You left your country over here, coming to a bloody country. This is not a land of the free. This country was built on free slavery, stolen from people who lived here. You come to the land of blood. Children died, women died here in this country. And you have not tried to help us, inshallah. Now that I am a Muslim, I accepted Islam. I know who I am, and I know my nationality. My family was slaves. Yes. Slaves didn't end yet. It's still going. Because the same people that put us in slavery run this country. So until you help us, your oppression and all across the world will be relieved. because we have been praying and crying out to Allah for his grace and mercy. So until you do your duty in helping us, you will continue to be suffering the way we suffer here in this country. If you living in this land and you wasn't brought here through slavery, or you wasn't the original people here, you shouldn't even be here. You're supposed to migrate to an Islamic state. If you came to this country and you have not freed us, but continue to enslave us and believe in these laws that are corrupt, this country was stolen by thieves, rapers, and murderers. That's who you profess to, inshallah. So if you want to help us, all we need is a push. We can help ourselves. But because of racism and being put enslaved, we have not been free. So if you want to help us, you can contact me through my email that I left at the bottom there. That's Aneesah Al-Hassan, inshallah. May Allah grace and mercy be upon you. May he show you the truth about all things. May he make you heal to our words and help free the slaves here of this country. Because if you don't, there's going to be a problem. A real big problem. Inshallah. I want to say assalamu alaikum. May Allah grace and mercy be upon you. May he show you the truth about all things.